Taurus, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? What's going on, please? Show me, Taurus. Just a reminder, take it resonates, leave it does not. And if there's more than one energy that's clearly apparent on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Frustrating but normal. Check your other placements. What's going on, please? What's going on, please, in the world of Taurus? Show me, Taurus. Show me, Taurus. What's going on, please? Show me, Taurus. Show me, Taurus. Show me, Taurus. All right. All right, we're going to put down that board real quick. Eight of Swords. Knights of Pentacles. Questioning your direction. That's all right. What's influencing you? The Queen of Cups. Relevant past. Seven of Pentacles. Slow growth. Exiting the Lovers. Before you, the Ace of Pentacles. Good. All right. Death in your strength. Currently going through some sort of transformative process. Don't freak out. Okay. Environment. Four of Pentacles. Holding back. Holding on. Not ready to let go of something just yet. Okay. Hopes and or fears. Knight of Wands. And then the outcome here is the Moon. I'm going to go ahead and interpret that straight away as the unknown. As you are indeed working through something that's very obvious to me today. You have some, like always, lovely components attached to you, but you're clearly working through something. There's blindness, sense of direction, hope. Things are exiting, things are growing. And where can you devote the best of your time, energy, and efforts in the real world, emotionally, mentally, that kind of thing? You are undergoing a transformative process as we speak, so let's not rush anything, right? Do take your time with it. And you don't seem to be anxious to do so, as the Four of Pentacles is currently in your environment, and that you are holding back, holding on to, because we're not quite done with something, okay? The Knight of Wands, you know, in your hopes and fears, do you dare have hope? Do you dare have energy for something? And the outcome is the Moon. Not told us yet, no. And that's okay. That's what the unknown is. That's why a lot of people watch tarot. I'm dealing with something. I'm trying to process it, and I don't know the results. That's true. We can get ideas. We can get hints. We can get clues. There are no guarantees, okay? But it doesn't hurt to look. Let's take a look, in fact, at that Eight of Swords. Now, just to remind folks, I may not clarify everything. Things just, some of them speak for themselves, okay? Not everything requires clarification, guys. But that Eight of Swords, though, heart of your reading, blindness, the insistence of I can't see, that is always going to require some sort of clarification. Okay, it's not enough to say that I can't see it. Well, what is it we can't see, or we're insisting that we can't? We need to know. Let's see the Eight of Swords. Show me the Eight of Swords, show me the Eight of Swords, show me the Eight of Swords, show me the Eight of Swords. Show me the Eight of Swords, please. Show me the Eight of Swords, show me the Eight of Swords. All right, what's up, Susie Q? What's going on? The Moon. Aha. See, I can't see it. It's the unknown, the fear of the unknown. The Sun, the Ace of Cups. Oh, honey. Yeah, some of that unknown is actually incredibly obvious. I don't know how you can say you don't know it. But hey, if we tell it, again, it's not an insult, guys. It's just the truth of it. The Eight of Swords can be so underestimated in terms of that willful blindness. It can run so terribly deep because what precedes it is self-sabotage. What precedes it is pain and fear of pain and mental conflict and agendas getting in the way. And so we're like, no, that's not what's happening. So you slap some Moon on top of that, you know, you have such a strong desire in you to love and to be happy. Ace of Cups, the Sun, it's a beautiful combination, but it's under your Moon. Why do you take it to a secret place? So secret even unto you, my darling. You wish so much to be in love and to be happy, and you're like, no, I don't. I refuse to see that. Eight of Swords, the Moon. I got news for you. Even your Knights of Pentacles is challenging that. Your Knight, who's crossing you, says, nevertheless, Taurus, we're moving in a particular direction, whether you choose to see it or not. And you're saying, I choose not to see it. I don't care what the tarot lady says. I'll just click that you know what off. Because that's how deep that denial's going right now. Why do you deny yourself this? You want to be happy and in love. Is that so bad? The Sun and the Moon. You take it to the moonscape, honey. Why? How does this serve you? To deny yourself what it is you, I don't want to say crave, because that puts it into a place of negativity and addiction. It's a good thing to want to love and to be loved and to be happy. God forbid. You say, no, I don't. And in fact, I refuse to see that. I refuse to honor what I feel so strongly. In fact, I'm going to shove that way down there into the moon. We're going to go ahead and skip the Knight of Pentacles, your knight, crossing you. Nevertheless, no matter how much you tell yourself, and you may not, I know you don't. Why did I just say that? I know you may not. You may not, no, you don't see it. Your energy's made that clear. Again, not an insult, guys. I'm here to help, not get in your way. But if you really want to see something or not see something, you will. That's how easy this is. Okay? All tarot is at will, free will. You don't have to watch. By watching, you are in some way participating because it influences you if you choose to stick around and listen to it. Some people use that to their advantage. Something sticks and they'll recall it later. But the person whose mind is closed off, they will be determined to not hear any of this. And continue on in that Eight of Swords and Moon way, which isn't terribly destructive. But it's low-key destructive. I don't want you to head down that path any further than you have, because your Knight of Pentacles, like I said, which is challenging all this, no matter how slowly, is still pulling you forward to the deepest parts of your heart's desire. So if you're going to take action, I want you to be aware of it. I don't care how slow it is. Be aware of it. These things right here, your heart space and the ability to be in love, the sun, should not be under the moon. There's the best of you. Why do you want to hide the best of you? Okay? But hey, don't listen to me. I'm just the tarot lady, right? It's okay. I want you to take a look at your movements, no matter how small. Where do they keep trying to point you in the real world? Like always, I see this big, beautiful Taurian heart. That's like, no, that's not there. It influences you all day, every day. It's a particular beat, your own particular rhythm that drives you every day with the Queen of Cups. It's beautiful. It influences you every day. That fullness of heart and the maturity to know so, to know that you wish for love and to be loved and to share. To express yourself without fear or inhibition, without apology. I want to see how your heart experiences itself. Oh, I'll get to you. That's my people right there. I'll get to you. You hold your butt right now. We're looking at Taurus, and you actually might be a Taurus. There's a fair amount of water in you, particularly Pisces, Scorpio. The Queen of Cups for the Queen of Cups. My. Six of Wands. King of Swords. Yeah. I have two figures here. I'm actually seeing them as separate. The Queen of Cups is here twice. I have a shared heart space for you. And a King of Swords that suggests you know. And it gives you confidence. Six of Wands. You're that Taurus that when you know something feels right, it gives you an incredible amount of confidence. And you can have a determined focus in and around your actions that guide you, which is beautiful. I love that. I do. But it's not just your heart beating. Someone else's heart's beat for you, too. And knowing that, it gives you a sense of really strong confidence. It's interesting. King of Swords, Six of Wands. Your heart seems to beat for them too. There's two queens in there, but one person is reactionary on the outside looking in. So knowing that someone's heart beats in rhythm to yours gives you remarkable confidence. Even though you may not always act like it with the King of Swords, nevertheless, that mental knowledge strengthens, that's my list, your own particular convictions. That means you know. Your heart couldn't beat like that unless you knew. King of Swords, Six of Wands. It is confidence, and it's coming from a mental place, but it starts in here. Knowing there's a shared heartbeat evokes this. And your opening suggests you would deny that activity. So what you know bolsters you throughout the day. What you experience in the real world is denial that you want to feel that way. So how you experience your feeling then is a form of mental confidence, but the actual embracing of it as part of your life, and that would make you happy, you are adamant in denying it. That this could be yours full time, that you would openly declare it as yours. So what you know and what you allow yourself to experience are two different things. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pass that Seven of Pentacles. It's in the recent past. I know. Very standard Taurian MO pattern, steady growth. In the recent past, and most likely in your current day as well, you appreciate steady growth patterns, Seven of Pentacles. What you can see, touch, taste, hear, etc., and cultivate in your everyday norm is something that Taurus typically can trust. Seven is one of your minor cards, by the way, in the Pentacle division, 5, 6, and 7 specifically. So yeah, this is not a surprise to me at all. So here's the thing. The only catch-22, well, not the only catch-22, but we all do. Really, all signs have pros, therefore we have cons. Your con is that Seven of Pentacles. Sometimes your growth pattern can get stagnant and neglectful, so you don't always know what can come of the growth that you are indeed cultivating. So just be mindful of that. And that can put you in a position of keeping things that aren't growing and keeping the stagnancy versus being able to discern what is possibly profitable for you and good for you later down the road. Okay, so be that Taurus who can discern that this is no longer growing. I should stop giving it my time, care, and attention, and don't hold on to it just in case, because that's how you become a hoarder in life. And I don't just mean hoarder as in the disorder. I mean everything. You will hold on to everything, whether it's growing or not. And this is where you leave little space, sometimes for Taurus does. You leave little space for other things to grow and cultivate that could be more promising if you carry stuff that's not working out. I already see that reflected in your environment, another reason why I'm skipping it. So again, the Taurus I'm looking at, you are familiar with your growth pattern, and therefore you should be familiar by extent some of your own stagnation patterns too. Okay? This is where Taurus can typically and or famously miss out on other things. If you're too busy watching something or not watching something on point or negligent of things that just they're doing okay or they're not doing well at all. So let's be mindful of that as we go along. That, the Lovers here in that position on the exit. We'll see what's up with that. Show me that Lovers, please. Show me the Lovers. Show me the Lovers, please. Show me the Lovers. The humidity is incredibly high today. Incredibly high. I feel personally like I should have gills. So between the humidity and the pollen, I am heavy breathing. I apologize for that. I know it's annoying. There's nothing I can do about it, guys. But if I need to use my inhaler, just FYI, okay? Don't let that upset you. It's very normal for me. Let's say the Lovers, please. Some of the Lovers, some of the Lovers, some of the Lovers. Some of the Lovers, please. It's on the exit. Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Tower. A very strong connection powerfully dislodged itself. The Tower's here claiming it. It's already in the exit position, so this is why it's exiting. It seems to have already happened in your material world, i.e. the 3D, the Queen of Pentacles, that's you, Page of Cups, the Tower. Not enough heart space was put into this in order to sustain it, as far as I can tell. So while you found this connection to nurture you in some way that suggests it feeds you, it's supportive, nurturing, something like that, the heart space was much too small to sustain it, and thus the Tower claimed it. Okay, so it was a powerful connection, but you were not in a position, while it felt good in many ways, it called to you in a way that you understood. Comfort zone, Queen of Pentacles. The heart space, like I said, was much too small to sustain it. Okay. And at some point on your timeline, it blew up, and that's okay. We don't want to keep around false constructs. The connection itself, was it strong? I have no doubt. Okay. But the idea that we could put more of our heart into it, that was the folly. Okay. Therefore, that particular tower had to come down. What you felt and experienced in it, no doubt was real. Absolutely. But could we open our heart space towards it realistically? No. And that was the tower. Towers, guys, we have to understand they're in our best interest, even though they're hurt, radical, shocking, and or painful. Sometimes they're quite large. Sometimes they're quite small. But what it does is that it ultimately tears down false beliefs. Okay. And there was a belief in here that you could find your heart in this and express yourself fully towards it. And this was not true. Thus, at some point, the tower came, collected the levers, if you will, and it started to exit. This was a powerful moment on your timeline that affected you. Okay. It did. Being backed up by the center of your reading. We had the opportunity here for the fullness of heart and the happiness. But we couldn't see it, or we told ourselves we couldn't see it. It got buried. Tower came. Okay. And yet, the idea of it gives you so much resolve, so much sense of personhood. I need to see this Ace of Pentacles before you in the future. Some of this Ace of Pentacles. Your master symbol, of course. Let's see that Ace of Pentacles. Show me the Ace of Pentacles. Show me this Ace of Pentacles, please, for Taurus. Your bridge point between currently what you're experiencing, steady growth systems, reflections, lessons, where your heart actually is, and how you're allowing yourself to see it and experience it. I want to see more traction in your 3D. I don't like just going over the past. This is one of the reasons I stopped looking at it, is that more often than not people will tell me. But this is important, honey, because it's affecting you to this day. That's why. And that's why they're showing me it's literally at the heart of the reading. If you're a tarot reader that's worth your salt at all, there are several key positions. Opening position, heart of the reading, for Celtic cross is one and the same. And then, of course, the outcome energy as well. Okay, the Five of Cups, Judgment, Seven of Wands. God dang it. Ace of Pentacles, of course, is your master symbol. It's something Taurus takes very seriously, as all fixed signs should, in terms of what they understand their ace represents. So with Earth, I never know what that pentacle is going to look like until I'm in there. So the Five of Cups, Judgment, the Seven of Wands, you know. Guys, I'm looking at a Taurus today that so long as you continue to choose the same, it's always going to feel like an opportunity you're going to miss. I don't want that for you. Real talk. I don't want that for anybody. So long as you continue to view new as a threat or an impossible task, or it's just something you don't have time for or space for, you never will. There's a lesson in here about missed opportunities, Five of Cups. You're always going to feel the echoes of the past so long as you continue to do the same thing. And as long as you continue to deny yourself your heart's desire, your love, your own sense of happiness, tell yourself nothing's there or I don't desire that, you're always going to see your Ace of Pentacles, no matter what shape it looks like, as a failure that's waiting to happen. It's not for me. You're always going to see it as a negative thing. The universe is just trying to test me. It's just going to hurt. It's just going to disappoint. And you're always going to feel that inherent need to block new opportunities that bridge you between the past and your upcoming future. If you're always in a position to say no, or insist on saying no, and there's no opportunity here, this is not a good thing, this is not a love thing, this is not a helpful thing, then you will indeed reject them. Be careful with that. I don't like it when echoes of the past start affecting somebody's future decision making. Okay. Guys, it's not enough for Taurus to say, I'm afraid of change. If that's the litany you go by, then that is self-fulfilling prophecy. You will always choose the same outcome. I'm seeing it right here. The Taurus I'm looking at keeps grieving opportunities that were theirs. saying, I don't want it. I don't deserve it. My heart's not in it. My happiness isn't in it. That is coming from 100% a place of bullshit, Taurus. I don't believe you because you're doing that very thing I tell people not to do all the time. If you have to talk yourself into something or out of something, both are typically incorrect. That's how you get into cases of willful blindness. I don't want you to feel like you are missing any more opportunities because now's not the time. Make the time. Judgment. 7 of Wands. You're being defensive based on old missed opportunities, regrets of the past. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. That builds you up into the future that says you will always shoot everything down so long as you continue to deny yourself the very thing you love the most. You don't have to have another missed opportunity. Says who? Apparently you. I have to miss all of them, Christina. I have to reject them all because that's life. Life sucks. 8 of Swords in the Moon says the reason it sucks is because you won't allow yourself the happiness. Guys, what are we talking about? Your job as Taurus is not to just sit there and say, I'm afraid to change, therefore I won't. That's an underdeveloped Taurus bullshit. A developed Taurus says, okay, this isn't working, scrap it. I could be doing about 1,000 other things that are worth my time, energy, and effort because I'm Taurus. I'm fixed earth successful, not fixed earth negative. I know what my superpowers are, and just carrying shit around for the sake of it gets me nowhere. That means I'm constantly weighed down and I never have the freedom to choose. I want the freedom to choose. I want the freedom to choose me. So it is my obligation as Taurus to understand, absolutely, possibly above all of the signs, what is worth my time, energy, and effort, because it will never stop if I don't stop participating in stagnation and shit that doesn't work out. And holding on isn't good enough, because then I'll be holding on to everything that doesn't matter, including the stuff that does, which means I have not done a good job as Taurus to understand what's worth keeping and what's worth losing in order for me to get on with my life. I don't want this to be the bridge to your future. There's another opportunity coming towards you soon, either by your interest, your own making, because I'll mind you that Knight of Pentacles was still trying to move you forward into getting you what you want. You are your worst enemy here. There's an opportunity before you, either one that you were interested in but you shoot down, you could possibly engage with and you shoot down, or it's just straight out coming towards you. And it's going to represent another decision making in the Taurus I'm looking at, your particular pattern, about what represents another blocked opportunity because you think it's going to hurt you, or you won't engage with it if it's something that you are inclined to move towards. I don't know what that Ace of Pentacles is. They said it represents another lesson where you can block the shot and say, that sucks to be me. There's another one I got to reject because you insist on it. I can't tell if that's the Ace of Pentacles you want to work yourself into and you're going to talk yourself out of, or if it's just going to straight up be handed to you and you're like, no. It's coming from 5 of Cups. It's fear of being hurt by past things that have lost or come and gone. Or it's an Ace of Pentacles you would like to engage with, and it requires some time, energy, and effort on your part. And you're going to possibly block it. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. So the whole point of the predictive readings, guys, is that you can make other decisions if you don't like what you're seeing here today. So tarot, once more, is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You don't have to keep doing the same thing. You can make other choices. Death. I'm going to go ahead now. For anyone who thinks, again, once more, I'm picking on you, I'm not. This is what I do. This is what real tarot looks like. It is confrontational, not just confirmation of everything we want to hear. It's called confirmation bias, and you can get that anywhere on YouTube. Okay. For the people who want to do the real work, they come around here even if they absolutely hate it. Okay, so once more, I'm not picking on you. I love all my collectives. Everybody gets a round of tough love. What's the point? What's the point? I'm not doing my job in supporting you if So I'm not pointing out what's clearly here. Otherwise, I'm just blowing smoke up your ass. And like I said, you can get that anywhere. Okay. All right. Let's see death in your strengths. Show me death. Show me death. Show me death. Show me death. Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Ten of Wands. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. There's a reason I didn't have to clarify that. I thought it spoke for itself, so it does. Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Ten of Wands. You actually have the ability to transform or end things as you desire. You choose not to. You talk yourself out of it. What did I tell you about that, guys? Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. What you do is that you delay it to death. Things kind of naturally drop off or end for this Taurus if you just neglect it long enough. Okay. You resist change, even though it's literally under your strengths to end things under your own will and or design, which is the best kind of death. The death of your choosing. I choose to end this. I choose to transform this. Not just delay it or stagnate it to death and let it hope it just goes away. It takes the hint. Okay. None of those are good, and none of them are a form of empowerment. It's literally under strength, honey. I'm not saying anything for the Taurus that they wouldn't be showing me isn't true for the Taurus I'm looking at. It's within your skill set to end things by your own hand. You can transform whatever the hell you want. You can end whatever the hell you want. You have to know that you're doing it. That's all. Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, says, not do you. You don't just delay, honey. You will purposely delay. Ten of Wands. Why do you resist what you are actually very good at? Strength is death. Do you have any idea how powerful that strength is? You have Scorpio in your chart, and you're not comfortable with it. Why? You have the ability to end things. But you would rather them just kind of like shove it off and hope it goes away. Why? What is so hard about ending things that don't work? Or they have no results or proof of work? You're saying it would be hard, Ten of Wands? Do you know what's harder, Taurus? Caring so much you can't see the forest through the trees. To the point where you feel you have to shoot opportunities down because it's your lot. You tell me what took more time for you to develop a mental sort of resilience to. I'm not allowed new opportunities. They'll just be one more thing I miss in future, or they won't work out. I think you spent a lot of time building up that mentality as opposed to, I could just not participate in this because it's not helping me. It's here. You can choose to end it or transform things. It doesn't work. It doesn't give you more. It frustrates you, or frankly, you just don't want to do it anymore. So don't. Stop participating. I want to see this Four of Pentacles. What are you holding on to in your environment? What bothers me the most is the love thing, honey. I understand if you're not very comfortable moving things around in your pentacle division, okay? But what bothers me is the love thing. There's way too much of who you really are and what you really want, and you shove that away. It's like that's the thing that could hurt me the most, right? I saw what happened to your lover here, and I'm very sorry. That didn't have to happen. And depending on where you are in this life, it may not have to. Not yet. I'm not saying there's not faults. I'm saying what happened is when you don't prioritize your own sense of love and happiness. That was the result of it. Okay. Let's see the Four of Pentacles. King of Swords. Justice, the Magician. You're saying you're justified into holding on to things, that it's your lot, it's your responsibility. Wow. You're King of Swords. You have a very strong mind in this respect. You're saying you can justify holding on to things, that you're actually quite good at it. I know. I've seen your process. You just haven't seen how it works against you. So then you don't believe in your strengths to transform or end things. You're like, on the contrary, I'm used to holding on to things. In fact, I'm justified to do so. King of Swords, Justice, the Magician. In fact, I'm very good at holding on to things. I will myself to, even if there's very little benefit from it. Monetary, emotionally, whatever. You're saying I'm justified. Very determined mind on this. Yet your King of Swords doesn't seem to understand. Some of his confidence comes from understanding that he is loved in return. By who this person is, I don't know. That seems to be fine in terms of observation. But actually allowing yourself to choose happiness seem to be two different things for you. Your King of Swords is just as adamant that he holds on to whatever he deems is justified. This is justification. What did I tell you? If you have to talk yourself into or out of anything, it's typically time to stop and look at that. It's almost always a pattern. I mean, honey, if you want to talk technicalities, you could technically justify anything. You know? Does that mean it's working for you? Because you don't seem very happy. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves, is our pattern worth what we set up for ourselves? Our pride, our determination, because I said so. That's what it is to be human. You're meant to evolve. People change because we're supposed to. Not because we told ourselves this 20, 30 years ago, this is how it has to be. I made up my mind. What if how you made up your mind how long ago stopped working for you how many years ago, but you didn't notice? You have the ability to evolve right here, and you resist it. Okay, let's go over here. That Knight of Wands, please. Hopes and fears, having the energy. Show me that Knight of Wands. Show me that Knight of Wands. The Fool, the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant. You don't know to this day, and that's you right there at the Hierophant. If you can give yourself permission to move forward, part of you would love to hope. A part of you would hate to fear. Thus the hopes and fears. Typically what we hope for, no matter how small, is often a reflection of our fears, and this is where we experience ourselves to the highest degree. This is where people actually experience real choice in this life. The big choices, not the small ones. Small ones are easy. But I mean the real choice is when we insist we have none. When you absolutely insist you have no choice, that's when I will always push back on someone and say, that's when you have the most. It's just you like it the least. That is what it is to be human, right there. That's real humanness. Choice is not where you go out to eat for the night or who you hang out with during the day. Choice is, I don't want to make this choice. That's choice. That really defines us as people and our ability to evolve or not. So how will you allow yourself to evolve or not, Taurus? You have it right here, and you act like you don't have that skill. You 1,000% have that skill. You just got used to defaulting to, but I can find reasons to justify holding on to this. Even if it doesn't make me happy and it's not the best representation of me, it doesn't fulfill my heart or, again, my own sense of happiness. But I can find reasons to hold on to it. I know you can. When you're over here busy denying what would make you the happiest and the most in love, that's when your technicality argument kicks in really hard. You hope, desire, and yearn for a brand new beginning, and you fear it simultaneously. Okay, that's literally you. The Hierophant can represent beautiful commitment or the beautiful denial of it. depending on his point of view. He's more inclined to say no than he is to say yes. Okay. Let's see that moon. Nine of Pentacles, Four Cups, the Ace of Swords. It is not yet known to you, but you as a person, as a singular person who is experienced and competent. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles, the Taurus I'm looking at, who before they started insisting on certain points, you understood what it was like to be a singular individual who was capable of making their own decisions based on their ability to stand on their own 2 feet in this world. Nine of Pentacles, Four Cups, Ace of Swords. You don't see it yet further out. But eventually you're going to start demanding answers from yourself about why you are so unhappy. And you're going to want to know the truth this time instead of, well, it's just easier to ignore it. Oh no, it's just easier to ignore it. That doesn't mean it's correct. For the Taurus I'm looking at, you actually in future will be able to look at yourself and say, I choose to know the truth and be happy. Okay. Because I'm saying that in reflection of something I often say. I can't believe I quote Dr. Phil, but there you go. Because he actually makes a good point. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? For the Taurus I'm looking at, they're one and the same. The more you deny your own particular truth, the more you obviously deny your own sense of happiness. The more you work to discover your truth, the more opportunity you have to understand your happiness. Particularly where your heart is shoved into the shadows, and your happiness, literally, love and happiness are shoved into the shadows at this time. At some point you're going to start asking yourself why. Good. That is actually progress. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I was going to have to scrap this one as I was going along because the Taurus I'm looking at is so adamant that they don't want to discuss this. I didn't know if I'd see a point, and I don't like doing that to my collectives because I want them to see an outcome in something that says direction. A little bit. Doesn't take much. Okay. I'm not looking for happy endings, guys. I'm looking for someone who's wanting to insight and progress and to make some sort of movement. And it's not fair to my collectives who actually want to work on themselves and see difficult things. So I was really close, Taurus. Really close to just being like, done. We're going to start this one over. No, we're keeping this one. Because I am happy to see an independent, this is coming from me. I want to look at this, Taurus, in future. And a big thing is right back here about what you hope and fear. You're equally divided between fearing a new beginning and very much desiring it, which was probably here from this whole freaking beginning. Okay? Okay, the letter K, Great White Shark. I saw that several times. Like I said, some of you might have a very minor but possibly distinct Scorpio placement. Use that to your advantage. Okay, that skill you were very busy convincing yourself isn't a skill is very much a skill. I want you to get more familiar with it. The octopus in reverse, it seems like no love has its grip on you. Okay, that's still water. We have the cat. Listen to your intuition. Yes, please. Aries, the medallion of Aries. It's friendly. Some of you feel it's a very strong... There's that stubbornness right there. Aries, the need to be friendly, keep the peace at all costs, be the universal referee. Do you know what that costs you? A lot of time and energy. And it means you're so busy being neutral, you get nothing for yourself. So be mindful of that. Okay. The maple leaf, the turning of the leaves, and for some of you, fall might represent a timeline of significance. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.